dancing was completely unnecessary, but today we're going to be making a bandeau bra. So first, let's start out with the measurements. The first measurement you're going to take is going to be on the upper portion of your bust, and that is denoted with the letter A. Go ahead and measure all the way around this upper portion. Divide that number by 2 and then minus 1.5 inches from that. The next measurement is going to be on the under bust. You're going to do the same thing. Go ahead and measure all the way around. Divide that number by 2 and then minus 1.5 inches from that. And with the very last measurement, you're going to measure from point A to point B and then just write down that measurement. Okay, now it's time to draft the pattern. Now the first line that you're going to draw is going to be the same length as the number you got from letter B. The next line is going to be right in the center of your first line, but the length is going to be the measurement of letter C. The last line is going to be letter A, and it's going to be on the bottom of letter C. Next, you're just going to match up the corners from measurement B and measurement A and go ahead and draw a straight line down. I also like to label everything, so I went ahead and labeled the top of the bandeau, the bottom of the bandeau, the center front, and also the side seams. Alright, now it's time to make the bandeau. For the lining of the bandeau, I'm using a lining Lycra. You can get it at any fabric stores. Go ahead and lay the pattern down going across the stretchiest part of the fabric. And then go ahead and cut it out. If you like, you can fold it in half and then cut out a little circle. This way later on you can insert pads into your bandeau if you want to. But if you don't want to, that's okay too. You can skip this step. Now go ahead and take your fashion fabric. I am using a stretch lace. You can go ahead and test out the stretch on the lace and pick out whichever side stretches the most. Once you have the stretch figured out, go ahead and fold the fabric in half and then place the pattern on top. This way you can cut out 2 of them at the same time. Again, I like to make my life easier. Just laid some weights down and went ahead and cut it with the rotary cutter. Okay, next what you're going to do is you're going to lay the lining fabric down. Then you're going to lay your first piece of fashion fabric down, and then you're going to lay your second piece of fashion fabric down. There is a reason why I'm doing it in this order, and you'll see in a little bit, but go ahead and sew up the side seams for both sides. First, you're going to flip everything inside out. That means you're going to have the lining facing out and then the fashion fabric facing out. Next, stick your hand in between the 2 fashion fabrics and then flip it inside out again. What's going to happen is that the lining fabric is going to match up with the facing fabric. The needle part about this is that when you look in the inside, the sewn part is hidden in between the other layers of fabric so that it doesn't get uncomfortable on the side of your body when you're wearing it for a long amount of time. Cool, huh? Okay, so a lot of you don't know about this, but there is something called Lingerie Elastic out there. It's a softer type of elastic and has really cute trimmings at the end. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut out 2 pieces of elastic, one measuring the length of A and the other one the length of B. What you're going to do is you're going to take your elastic and fold it in half and make a mark on that fold. Then you're going to fold both into that mark and then also make a mark on the folds. So actually you should end up with 3 marks on your elastic and 2 raw ends. Since we're doing this with lingerie elastic, we're going to place the elastic on the outside of the bandeau. Now if you're going to do it with regular elastic, you should place it in the inside of the bandeau. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to place one of the raw edge on the side seam of the bandeau, extending it about 1/2 inch. And go ahead and pin it down. Next, you're going to find the first mark on the elastic and match it up with the center front of the bandeau and go ahead and pin that down. Then you're going to find the next mark on the bandeau and you're going to match it up with the side seam of the bandeau and go ahead and pin that down. Then you're going to find the very last mark on the elastic and you're going to match that up with the center back of the bandeau. Now the last raw edge is going to meet up with the very first raw edge and you're going to extend it about another 1/2 inch and have that pinned down as well. Now I did this to the top of the bandeau. You're going to have to repeat these steps to the bottom of the bandeau. Now the best thing to do here is you can either serge the elastic onto the bandeau, and if you don't have a serger, you can use a zigzag stitch on your sewing machine. Next is you're going to fold it forward and then you're going to top stitch right at the edge. See, look how nice the finish is. The next thing you can do is you can take a little piece of elastic and pop it right in the center. Remember to stretch while you're sewing so it creates that little dibble in the front. And voila, your own very DIY bandeau. They kind of look like granny panties, but yeah, it's time to model them. You can buy bandeau bras for a really cheap price, but the cool thing about making them is that you can mix and match the color that you want. My favorite one here is the one that I'm wearing. It is actually a sheer fabric with a lace white back, and I thought this was really cute because I saw one at Urban Outfitters that looks exactly like this, and it was $16. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, have fun, and definitely check out my last video for my Father's Day project thingy and help out. That would be really, really cool. And I will check you guys later. See ya, fashionistas.